Look, I hate to break it to you. I hate to burst your bubble, but I'm telling you, Carhart sucks. That's right. The legacy of Carhart is dead. Done now. I'm Bob the Cigar Guy. This channel is all about cigar content, lifestyle living, and this and that. Blue collar, hard working men and women just want to take a break and enjoy a cigar, like this Undercrown 10 from Duro State. That Mexican San Andreas wrap, broadleaf, deliciousness, a little bit of Nicaragua floating in there. This thing is great after a hard day's work. It's great anytime, but you know what? We talking about Carhart. Carhart used to be the thing. Carhart was what everybody had to have. I used to turn wrenches. When you pull into the shop, you better have you some Snap-on, some Max and Matco, right? You better have you some good tools. You pull up in Walmart and Craftsman stuff, you ain't getting the job because you ain't a professional. And you got out on the construction jobs. I used to build highways in North Carolina. And when I built them highways in North Carolina, you better be rocking the Carhart. You rocking some of that Walmart stuff, no, you're gonna be holding the flag and turning the stop, go sign, stop, slow sign, right? Because you ain't paid your dues to get in there. And Carhart used to be the thing. Carhart used to be the way that it was not only a status symbol, it was a status symbol because it was good, because it was thick. You catch yourself with a chainsaw, you got a good chance of walking away because that thing is thick and ready to go. You stay warm in the wintertime, everything's good to go. But you know what? Here's the thing. I don't like change. I don't like change. I don't. Like the country song says, I don't mind change as long as it's in my ashtray, right? But when a legacy brand says, you know what? We don't need to evolve. We don't need to change because they're going to pay for us because we got a name. And then they start promoting to the hipsters and the yipsters and everybody else who doesn't even do a hard day's work, who doesn't even get their hands dirty. They want to buy their clothes already made and they wash it 100 times so it looks like it's been wore. Now, I ain't against anybody that's working a job that's not working their hands and working their back. I get it. There's nothing wrong with that. But for a brand to focus on people that it was never made for, I ain't got no time with. But I was stuck. If I wanted to have some stuff and I wanted to have some working clothes, I had to get me some good Carhartt. I had to pay a lot of money. I worked for my clothes. And so it was hard to put that paycheck in there and pull it back out for something I got to wear to work. My daughter, my Gracie, walked around the flea market. Not only my blue collar, not only do I like to work hard, I like to save money. And I like the flea market because that's what the deals are. And they got these new things where people will buy bundles of stuff and pallets of stuff and they sell it on there really, really cheap. I don't know where they get it from. Maybe it fell off the back of a van. But they had some Ariat. And they had this exact shirt. This shirt's 2 years old now. And it's nice. And I felt it and I said, that's good. And I said, how much? And he told me about $25. And I said, daggone. And I walked away from it. But my daughter, she circled back. She goes, Daddy, I'll be right back. She circled back and that's what I got for Christmas, was this Ariat shirt. I put it on and it's different than Carhartt. Number one, it feels thick, but it don't feel heavy. In a hot weather, it's not bad. It don't make you sweaty, but in the cold weather, it keeps you warm like a hug from a loved one. It's got these little holes in here for your thumbs. Get your fat thumb out there. Holes for your thumbs, which I was like, okay, that's just one of them high schooler things. They put that in there, but you know what? I found out that when you put that on like that and you slide your glove on, if you're digging in mud, if you're messing with stuff, if the wind blows up, it keeps your sleeve under your glove. Not only do they have this, they got pants. Boy, I got me some pants. Once I found out how good it was, I turned my back on Carhartt like they turned their back on me. And I went and I got me the full deal. I got me some pants, and those pants give me the same quality, the same experience of protection, but they half as heavy, they half as expensive, and they flexible. Now, look at me now. I'm not that flexible. I ain't gonna say I am. And so I don't need nothing binding me up where it's all tight and starchy feeling and thick feeling, and I can't get even lower. But those things give me some flex to them. They actually do. But they're still good and they're still rugged. And I'll tell you what, I wear them pants out. These are double and triple stitched. They got that extra things. You got, and there's options, and there's colors, and there's designs, and there's sizes for the mediums, the slimmies, and the me. Different fits for different folks. So not only did I get this shirt, I got another shirt that's got a little hood that you put over and it covers your face, and you cover up here, and you can just see through there. So if you got your hard hat on and the wind's blowing, you ain't got no problem. I'm telling you, Carhart ain't got nothing like that. Get that off my thumb. Ooh, this cigar's good. This cigar is a legacy brand. This cigar was made by Drew Estate from the rolling floor. The rollers in there working hard. Them ladies and gentlemen, they work hard. And they was working up a storm, and they were smoking up the good cigars. And they said, you can't smoke up them good cigars because we gotta sell them. And they said, well, can we take the trimmings and the less desirable kind of, they maybe got a little blemish or something, can we use those to make this for ourselves, just for ourselves, off the rolling floor? And they said, well, yeah, go ahead and do that. And so then some of the bosses, like the bosses do, they got around and they said, well, these things seem like they're good. Let me get one. And they took a smoke of it and they passed it up the chain. They said, daggone, this thing is great. You let them hard-working people put their heart into something amazing happens. And so it's now come out to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Undercrown with the Undercrown 10. Drew Estate, they didn't turn their back on their people. They didn't say, well, our name is good, so we're just going to keep selling it. They're going to keep buying. They said, we got to make it better every single time. And Harriet has that same mindset. I also work, I got a job. I do. Work at a car mill. On that concrete all day. Been there 15 years. My knees and my back and my feet are tired by the time it's done. But we get a little, you can buy you a pair of shoes every 18 months. You get you a pair of work shoes, safety shoes. And I saw last year that they got Harriet shoes. Harriet shoes. And I'm going to tell you right now, these heifers right here, my knees don't hurt as bad, my back don't hurt as bad, my feet don't feel nasty. I don't want to change my shoes to walk out the plant. I put miles on that concrete chasing them cars around making them perfect. I'm going to tell you, I'm not a confrontational guy. I am if I have to be, but I don't like to be. I like to talk positive. But I got to tell you, Carhart is not Carhart anymore. If you want the status and the style, if you want to say you got working man's clothes, you go ahead and you buy you some Carhart. But if you want to work, if you want to be comfortable, if you want to have the best that you can have from a company that decides they want to give you something new and innovative that's going to last a long time, might I suggest Harriet? And if you smoke a cigar, might I suggest you try Drew Estate, that Undercrown 10. This thing right here, great going to work, great at work, great after work. It's bonfire season here in Travelers Rest, South Carolina. I need to fill up my cord of wood, my rick of wood. So we're going to have some time. So while I'm out here, I got my Harriet on. I'll see you later. Later, Tater.